right, those of you that are still here, here's what's coming up next.
The controls were totally one of a kind at the time, and they've hardly been used ever since. Eugene really, wanted to give you that monster control, and part of the, one of the really adrenaline rushes in the game as a result of the amount of power you have. You've got so much power and control that the game can put you in really tough situations you can actually fight your way out of, and that's one thing that keeps people coming back to it over and over.
I think they will soon realize that humans are nasty little things. They're trying to blow up things. They got car bombers. They got nuclear terrorists. All these mass murderers. All these nasty little habits that humans have. Create wars, threaten to blow up the world. Endangering the entire planet. I mean, it's clear that humans are psychos, and for their own protection, we'll have to be confined in safe zones.
There were some games in that period that were producing either low numbers or not at all that most of the audience probably hasn't had a chance to see. Some low production games were Mystic Marathon, Turkey Shoot, Inferno. Those three were tested, and there were some number built of each of those models, and they can be found in collectors' hands, but the quantities are limited. Then there were games like Play Ball, Speedball. There's at least one other that were fully developed and tested, but were never put into production, and there are no games in collectors' hands. I have the only existing Play Ball sitting in my office.
What happens is the brains, their algorithm, which was supposed to be seeking out the closest human and then go and reprogram them. That was supposedly their algorithm. Something got screwed up, which actually I never really looked into it. Didn't really want to know because it was working good. But they all turn out they initially will seek the first human, which in the case of the first brainwave is Mikey. There's one Mikey and there's all these other mommies. And so they're all going for Mikey. If you can keep Mikey alive, don't pick him up, and don't allow the brains to kill him. If you can keep him alive, then the brains will continually try to seek him, and they won't program any of the other mommies. And so in that situation, you can basically kill all the brains, but you have to leave one left so that the wave doesn't end. And this is the horrible thing, is that so often you'll kill the last one, or it'll be a grunt will be left or something, and it'll run into an electrode, before you've picked up this treasure trove of points, which is all your humans are just waiting out there, and you wait for one turn. You want to pick them all up in one turn so you can turn them all into 5,000s. But if you somehow blow it, then you get nothing.
We also had a sequence where you can, play with the controls, and out comes a copyright message with Eugene's and my name on it. It's in both Stargate and Robotron. The Robotron sequence I know off the top of my head. The Stargate one I have written down.
What's the Robotron?
The Robotron one, okay, it's three. Each of the sequences are three combinations of buttons being pressed, and you have to do combination one, and then within a quarter of a second. When you let go of combination one, you have to be on combination two within a quarter of a second. Then when you let go of combination two, you have to be on combination three within a quarter of a second. And you have to do all this without dying in gameplay. It's not difficult on a Robotron. It's much harder on the Digital Eclipse version, but I have done it. It doesn't matter how long you sit on each combination, but when you let go of the combination, you have a quarter of a second to be on the next one. Combination one is move right, fire up, and press the player one start button. Combination two is move up, fire down, and press the player two start button. That is the two-player start. And then combination three is move down, fire up, and you hold the fire up, and it'll hold the message on. When you let go of the fire up, the message goes.
I've got a Robotron down in my basement, and it's like every now and then I just have to go down and kick its butt. I mean, it's just, I've got to, you know, just kick its ass. And unfortunately, if I haven't played in a while, I'll get down there and it'll just humiliate me. Now, every Robotron player that's really into it these days plays it at 10. You have to play it at total maximum difficulty. Otherwise, you can just play it forever and it's not interesting. But at 10, it is a real nasty, mean game. And it takes you maybe an hour or two just to get warmed up. You know, the game will just kick your ass and humiliate you, and you'll get 80,000 or 100,000 or 150,000. You're just crying out, and you just like want to kill it. You're grabbing the game by the joysticks, and you're just shaking it and slamming it in the wall. And eventually, you get to the point. It's almost like warming up for a basketball game or something. You get to the point, you're sweaty, and you've got this kind of attitude. You cannot win until you have this attitude, this total mindset of just total concentration and total rage. You've got to be pissed off. When you're on, it's just such a thing of beauty. You know, you'll get on a roll, and you'll just like be cleaning off wave after wave after wave of them, and you're just like, ah, yeah. But inevitably, you like start getting lazy, and you'll start getting too cocky, and then before you know it, you'll just like lose 4 or 5 guys in a row, and you're in some horrible situation. And the quarks are just like keep multiplying and keep putting out tanks, so the spheroids just keep putting out forces, and you kill out a few, and they keep putting out more. And then again, you have to buckle down and you know, get back to it, and somehow conjure up that rage from within you, you know, to keep going, you know, and it's kind of the cycle of conquest, and then of getting your butt kicked, and then of going back and keep coming back, and if you can stand this for like a few hours, you can reach 1,000,000 points. And I understand now that's kind of my personal ambition. I mean, there's players that do 5 or 10 million, unfortunately, but my personal thing is like to do 1,000,000, and I don't think I've quite achieved that even yet to this day. I've had like a 900,000. I've had several 900,000 games, and somehow at 940,000, I'll just get weak in the knees, and I just like I won't have it, you know. And it's like I'm watching helplessly, you know. I've just, you know, maybe I'd had a run of 100,000 points on a previous guy, but some reason I'm just sitting here and I'm helpless and I'm crumpled, but I'm just like a sweaty, limp dish rag, and something I can't get over that 1,000,000 point barrier. But that's still my personal ambition. I know someday I'm going to kick that game. You know, I'm going to kick its butt. I'm going to beat it. And you know, until then, the basement appointments will continue.
Well, for those who heard Eugene Jarvis on the stream, today I am playing Robotron. But before I do anything, I need to see if there's like a service mode where I can change it to free play. Is it like an advanced mode or something? I got the controls backwards. here we go. Oh wow. You can actually set it to where it'd be 50,000 for an extra life. Let's bring it down to 20,000. Turns per player. Yeah, let's go ahead and do 20 lives. Fuck it. Pricing selection. Yeah, let's bring up the free play. Fancy attract mode. Yeah, sure. Difficulty. So this is what he was talking about. You know what? Let's just see how pissed off I am. All right, advanced mode. Yeah, let's do this. Let's give 20 lives, highest difficulty. Eugene Jarvis claims you have to be pissed off to do this. You get boxed in pretty quickly. Yeah, fuck. Well, it's not bad. I'm nowhere near what Eugene's goal was, which was just to get a million points. But it's good enough. Huh? Not really. She was in the kitchen last time I saw her. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Robotron.